Slide. I don't want to spend too much of time in it, but I thought that it's good to understand what's happening. I have given this presentation last time in the inauguration, or I should say the official launch of Captain Williamson Sangma State University. These are just some figures and some numbers to share with you the challenges that education faces and why is it that we are in the position that we are today. There is of course about 100 slides, but I chose to only pick up 6 to 7 of them because I thought that's more relevant right now, and I don't want to go too much into details, but just to share that you're just going to see tip of the iceberg. There's much more complication than what you're going to see. First slide. Yeah, so this is the population of Meghalaya and the other northeast states comparatively based on 2011 census. So you can see Tripura is about 36 lakhs, Meghalaya is about 29 lakhs, Manipur is about 25 lakhs, Nagaland about 19 lakhs, Arunachal 13 lakhs, and Mizoram 10 lakhs. This is 2011 census. Next. These are the number of schools that each states have in relation to the population that we have. Wait. Just hold on. So Tripura with a population of 36 lakhs has got 4,900 schools. And you don't need to write it down, you don't need to click it. We're going to give you this presentation hard copy. I'm going to share this with you. And Meghalaya has 14,000 schools for a population of 29. Manipur has 4,600 schools, so on and so forth. And you can clearly see out here that Meghalaya is completely off the charts. We have 14,582 schools in Meghalaya for a population of 29,000. Now, why this has happened? That's how things have happened in the last 53 years. It's just kept building on and on and on and on. It's a good thing, but it has got its own challenges. So, but it's just to show you the, the stark contrast between the number of schools that are there, which Meghalaya has to manage compared to other states in the northeast. Next. These are the number of teachers that are there in our schools. This is all the teachers put together. So you can again see that Meghalaya is way ahead. So of course Manipur also has a large number of 42,000 teachers. We have about 55,000 teachers. Again, having large schools and large number of teachers is not a bad thing. I'm not trying to say that this is a bad thing for us, but we're just trying to show you that comparatively to other states with similar population, we have more schools than the other states. Just a comparison. Next. This is an important slide. Out of these 14,000 schools in Meghalaya, 7,783 are government. So you know the terminology government LP schools. So that's what government LP, government UP, government secondary, higher secondary schools are there. And again, you can see the rest of the states, that's the government LP schools. Next. This is an interesting slide. These are the aided schools. Sorry. These are the aided schools. These are private schools, basically, which are aided by government. What we mean by that is the terminology which most of you will understand and will relate to. These are basically what we call the ad hoc schools and the deficit schools. So ad hoc schools and deficit schools that get support from the government. These schools are 4,172. So states like Nagaland are 0, and Manipur and other states have quite less numbers. So we have a lot of aided schools which are private, which is, as I said, the ad hoc schools and the deficit schools that are there. Next. Just go back once. Again, this will show you that states like Nagaland, they don't aid any private school. States like Tripura, they aid only 43 schools. States like Arunachal, only 68. Manipur aids give aid to about 583 schools. We give support and financial aid to 4,172 schools in Meghalaya. This again has happened through the years. Next. Rough idea about enrollment. So right now, there are 206 schools which don't have a single student. And yet, salaries are being paid for the teachers who are supposed to teach in those schools. There are 2,269 schools with just single digit enrollment, which means there's only one student or two students or three students studying there, and we could be having close to 4 teachers teaching out there, and government is paying salaries, whether it's a government aided school or whether it's a government school. Next. Similarly, this is the aided school. These are the deficit and ad hoc schools. So there are 18 government aided schools which are deficit and ad hoc schools where the enrollment is 0 right now, and 1,141 schools where we give aid, deficit as well as ad hoc. Exact breakup is not here right now, which have single digit enrollment. So those are for government, those are all the schools. These are for specifically government aided schools. Again, just to give you an idea that a large number of schools, some of them don't have. So 206 schools don't have a single student. Yet today government of Meghalaya is paying salaries for the teachers. Next. There are 30 SSS schools which don't have a single student studying there, and 268 schools with single digits. Next. Yeah, and government, again, is a breakup of, that's the first part. In government, there are 11 government schools which have 0 enrollment, 132 schools which have a single enrollment. Next. This is a very interesting slide. This is the amount of money that we spend for the education salaries we pay to teachers every year. Totally, we pay 1,967 crores are paid as salaries for teachers in the state government. Out of this 1,697 crores, I think I'd like to draw your attention to the first row, which shows that the private schools, again, I just reiterate, private schools, we mean government aided schools. GIA is government aided schools. These are schools basically which are, again, ad hoc and deficit schools. So the grants that we give amounts to 917 crores that we give annually. And the government teachers, we pay 684 crores. So government schools teachers, we pay lesser means the numbers are lesser. So the amount that goes into paying the teachers there is lesser because of the fact that the number of schools in the private, the aid that we give is much larger. So you can see out here that, so SSA is about 366 crores. So government aided schools gets close to about 50% of the budget that we spend. 35% goes to government schools, and SSA gets about 18% of the budget in terms of salaries that we spend. Next. This is just to give an idea to you about the colleges. So again, these are government aided colleges. So private colleges where we give aid to, that means financial support, again deficit pattern, ad hoc pattern. 83% of that goes to this private colleges that are there in our state. Again, you can see the amount goes to about 179 crores a year in terms of salaries. Government colleges, the salary is only 37 crores. These are all government aided colleges, the larger colleges in and around Shillong. Most of these colleges are around Shillong. I have the list with me, but I don't want to share that with you right now. So these are the colleges that we there. So we pay, government pays, as I said, and out of these 179 crores, 13 of the private colleges get 121 crores from government of Meghalaya every year for salary payment, every year. Next. Well, this is a sad picture. This is what's been happening in the last many years from 2015 to 2024. This is the average pass percentage. We've been trying our best. It's a systematic problem that we faced. We tried to go into the depth of why this is happening, and we realized that everything from the issues of the quality at the primary level, secondary level, all those, and upper primary level, all those issues were there, and many other issues were there, which we are working on. The course materials that is there, making it better, the examination patterns. So after examining all of these things, we have come to a point. We're hoping that in the coming exams and the future exams also, at least we'll be able to see some improvement in these numbers. But this is what is very critical to note. And what my concern here, of course, is that if you look at this, about 50%, that means close to about, as I said here, if you can see, almost about 25,000 students, they don't pass the metric exam. And you can imagine not passing a metric exam, what kind of emotional as well as, a career kind of damage that goes to them. So We're very concerned about this and we'd like to see these numbers go up. So I just wanted to share this with you to express the challenges we face. It's been hovering around this for the last decade. Next. Again, this is another figure. 2022, 118 schools, we had 0 pass percentage. 2023, 146 schools, we had 0 pass percentage. 2024, 124 schools had 0 pass percentage. That means not a single student from class 10 passed. And out of these schools, 36 schools are there. For the last 3 years, they've not had anybody who passed, in spite of whatever support we've been giving to them. So these are facts and figures. Again, this is nothing to, nothing to discuss about, but I think this gives a slight picture, of what kind of a situation that is there and how much money is being spent in which sector, and how we are now trying to, with this kind of a background, we are trying to take very, very tough decisions, difficult choices that we have to make in order to move forward in how to improve the overall education sector. So this is just information. I will share this with you. I think it's the last slide. Next. Okay. It's just information with you. You can go through this. Next time when we catch up again next week, when we're sitting down here and having tea again, you can ask me more questions about this. So I'll be sharing these numbers with you. Then maybe I may give you more numbers next week also, but I'll leave you with these thoughts. So this is the first slide.